Hi, I'm Robert Killen, co-founder of Social Media by Numbers, and this is the second of 5 videos on the nature and potential of social media for business owners and professionals. In the first video, we explored the question, why social media? Acknowledging the fact that social media represents a fundamental shift in human communication. And when you combine that with its extraordinary numbers and enormous potential, the why becomes a pretty compelling why the heck not. Today, we're going to look at risks and opportunities. Are there risks for a business engaging in social media? Of course. There are also risks for those who choose not to engage. And clearly, there are also opportunities associated with social media. These are the 3 things we're going to discuss today. The risks of social media engagement, the risks associated with non-engagement, and the opportunities social media brings to you and your organization. So, what are the risks of social media engagement? In an earlier video, Reese mentioned the famous missteps of Donald Trump, McDonald's, and of course, Congressman Weiner. I certainly hope you never experience anything quite so epic, but missteps happen. Someone trips. An employee makes a statement in poor judgment. Or maybe they're just mistaken. Or perhaps they're perfectly right, but someone takes it the wrong way and the conversation goes sideways. People are going to trip up. That risk is real. Worse would be the venting of a disgruntled employee. Social media is a perfect place to release one's angst, and it's even worse when it's posted on the company's own account. Unfortunately, that has happened. It's rare, but when it does happen, it can make a significant dent in a company's reputation. Of course, an angry client might also use social media to broadcast their frustration. This will also negatively impact a brand. And finally, if you're on social media long enough, at some point, you'll find a troll. If you're unfamiliar with the term as it relates to social media, a troll is often someone with no connection to a topic of conversation, who posts intentionally inflammatory messages just to stir up trouble. And though you wouldn't think that could cause too much harm, believe me, it can. Now, all of these risks are real. But it's important to remember that any of these interactions, certainly the last 3, can happen whether you're participating in the space or not. The question to you is, do you want this venting and complaining and trolling to go uncontested? I don't think that's your best choice. And it leads us into our second question. What are the risks of social media non-engagement? What potential harm can come if you choose to stay out of it? Because there are risks here as well. You could become invisible. Over time, as more and more people turn to their social media channels to search for product and service providers, those who aren't present simply won't be found. It'll be like opening a store and not putting a sign up. And with the rapidly expanding tools that all of the platforms are creating to be more commerce-friendly, it's perfectly reasonable to presume that social media spaces will soon be where all business search happens. You need to be there. You also risk becoming obsolete. Even if your brand has nothing to do with technology, at some point in the near future, not having a social media presence will be like not having a phone or email today. You simply won't be taken seriously. And most important, not to engage in social media leaves you desperately vulnerable to anyone who challenges you in the social media space. They're free to create as much negative energy and negative conversation around your brand that they can muster. If you're not there, they're foxes in the henhouse. And ultimately, these stories will define you. So what would you prefer? To build a robust and authentic online identity, or to leave yourself to be defined by others, more specifically, by others who have an axe to grind? And obviously, social media is not just about risk, but it's also filled with opportunity. While non-participants will become invisible, participants will be visible, findable, present, engaged. Where those who stay away might get identified as obsolete, those who jump in will be seen as current and forward-thinking. When those who have shut their eyes to it all are being redefined by their angry clients and disgruntled employees, those who have already built an online presence are buffered or protected from much of the flack that comes their way. Ultimately, to embrace social media allows you to define who you are in an authentic and compelling way. It keeps you current, on the leading edge. And by engaging today, you ensure that you have a presence tomorrow. Are there risks associated with social media? Of course. Mistakes and misunderstandings will happen. But not to engage creates far greater risks, and engagement gives you opportunities today and a presence tomorrow. Don't wait. Start today. In fact, you can start right now by posting a comment below. If you find any of this valuable, we'd love to get your thoughts. The next video in this series is titled, Your Story Matters. You might still hold to the long-standing belief that your business is defined by its works, but today, that no longer applies. Today, you are defined by the stories that envelop your business. In the next video, I'll share how these stories are created and how you can make them work for you. Look forward in your email in the next day or so. My name is Robert Killen. For Social Media by Numbers, cheers.